All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here at HealthiestYou University. We've got myself, Blake, and then Dan here with the Client Success team. We're really excited to talk a little bit more about HealthiestYou today. So the reason everyone's here is talk obviously about HealthiestYou and everything that you're able to get through this amazing benefit, and really want to talk about the cost of care and that care cycle that we currently go through. As you can see here, the top 5 reasons that we currently visit emergency room and urgent care, very costly visits that are there unless you start with HealthiestYou first. So which is really what we want everyone to do. Always start with us. This is an amazing free benefit that's included for everyone here. If anyone has any questions throughout the presentation today, please utilize that questions box in your control panel. We'll go ahead and make sure to address those here at the end, and we'll go ahead and jump in and get started. So HealthiestYou, what we're really all about, we want to reduce health plan claims and simplify healthcare. We want to put everything back into the hands of our members and really make it a one-stop shop for everything healthcare. Put the member back into the center. And we'll talk a little bit about how we're doing that. But first, we're going to look here at some surveys that have been done, some studies that really are very telling about the telehealth industry and everything that's currently going on in our healthcare landscape. As you'll see here, we're projected to hit about 300 million e-visits within a few years. Just staggering numbers here, and you guys are really on the front line as far as those e-visits and telehealth industry comes along. So we're really excited to have everyone here as partners with HealthiestYou. We see here that the number of employers looking into telehealth products are doubling right now. So we're really excited to have everybody right here at the forefront of that. So as we take a look here, we're going to look at a little bit of history and some other industries out there. Everyone's probably familiar with TiVo and how that really took time shifting to a whole new level, allowed you to watch your shows any time of day, anywhere you're at. You weren't confined to a certain prime time hour to watch your favorite shows. Google's done the same thing here with information and allowing you to access anything that you need 24/7, just the touch of a button on a computer or phone. Google it is a household term, I think, for just about everyone now. Uber's done the same thing here with place shifting and transportation, able to get you from A to B, again, touch of a button within an app, and can easily see where you're located and where that driver is at the same time, really making it easy for the consumer. And HealthiestYou, we're all about doing that exact same thing, combining all these initiatives into the healthcare landscape, making that more accessible and easy for everyone to get the healthcare that they need 24/7 with the touch of a button and through our app, which we'll demonstrate here in just a little bit. HealthiestYou, we really are that first platform to shift consumers from expensive and inefficient healthcare centers and endpoints, really putting that member back into the center. As you'll see here, these are just a few of the ways that we're doing that right now. We're very user-friendly. We're able to connect our members through old-school rotary phones if necessary, up-to-date smartphones, and the new iPhones are coming out, and we're available on Android devices as well. You can access HealthiestYou on tablets and smart TVs, so really create your own waiting room at the end of the day. As I mentioned before, we want to centralize everyone's healthcare options and put that member right in the center of everything and circle everything around that person. So we've got me standing here, and around us are all of our healthcare options that HealthiestYou is able to provide. So the big one being the 24/7 unlimited doctor access, shop and price procedures, so you can see what those costly procedures are actually going to look like. Check out the average cost in your area to really, have some transparency before that procedure instead of just getting that surprise bill afterwards. Prescription savings is a huge feature within our app, and really be a consumer at the end of the day, and so many more. So we talked about the 24/7 doctor access. If you're not familiar with HealthiestYou and telehealth in general, over 70% of all emergency room, urgent care, and doctor's office visits can be safely handled over the phone. So 7 out of 10 times when you've got that earache, sinus infection, common ailments like that, you're able to call a doctor, get that handled over the phone, and get that prescription if necessary. No more waiting in a doctor's office for hours on end just to be told what you already know. So here we're going to take a look at some of the current care cycles I think most of us use, and some of the claim redirection that HealthiestYou is providing. I think most of the time when we get sick and we need to head somewhere, we go to a primary care physician. Those visit fees tend to be a little high, average about $125. You've got to deal with all those germs in the waiting room with so many other sick people, the travel time to get there, and very limited availability. Most of the time, primary care doctors are available, about 9 to 5, and I think the majority of us would say that we get sick outside of those hours. So usually, our next step, we turn to an urgent care center. A little bit higher fees associated with that. Tends to be a little bit more chaotic in there, and anxiety might be rising when we're in there. Still, germs with everyone else in there, and the travel time to find an urgent care and get there, get that care. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, and maybe your daughter has an ear infection, and you really need to get that care, you're going to turn to an emergency room. Very, very costly centers for that. So much more chaotic within that emergency room. It's so stressful in there, and chances are that if you have an ear infection or something similar, you're probably going to be close to last in line behind, something that might be life or limb threatening. So, but it's available 24/7, and so we always know it's going to be there, right? We have that access to get the care that we need anytime we need it. The great part is that you have HealthiestYou, and you can always start with HealthiestYou first. $0 consult fee, so no copay. It's absolutely free to talk with a doctor. No extra germs to worry about. You're calling from your home or maybe your office or vehicle. That travel time is eliminated because, again, you're creating your own waiting room. No surprise claims or bills are going to be in the mail afterwards. And again, 24/7, 365. So on a holiday morning, you get sick, you're able to speak with the doctor and get that prescription sent over electronically to the pharmacy of your choice. So as we see here, we looked at some of the top 5 there in the beginning, but really the top 9 reasons we visit the emergency room right now aren't emergencies most of the time. An earache, strep throat, allergies, all of these things can be safely handled over the phone, and they are handled by our doctors day in and day out. These are the top 9 illnesses that our doctors are handling, same that the emergency room's taking care of each and every day. So I'm going to toss it over to Dan here. We're going to kind of look into our telehealth network and talk a little bit more about the member experience and our phone app. Again, if anyone has any questions, please utilize that questions box in the control panel.
Awesome. Thank you, Blake. And I hope everyone's having a great day. And again, thank you for taking time out of your day to jump on the webinar here. But we're going to talk about our physician network. And this is going to probably be more of a review for most people. That our physician network go through a strict NCQA certification. They can diagnose, treat, and prescribe, available 24/7, 365. So as Blake just went through that cost of care, going through the member experience of going to that urgent care, going to that ER, going to that pharmacy, whatever it may be, to get that prescription to go to the pharmacy, we really want you to start with HealthiestYou because the cost of care is going to be $0, right? For something as simple as you going to pick up your amoxicillin after going to the nearest urgent care because it's the only place open, well, it's not the only place open. HealthiestYou is open 24/7, 365. And here's the current member experience. So I want you to think of a member experience opposite of this. What's your experience like when you go to the ER and you're paying that substantial amount of money? Or you're going to that urgent care and it's the same thing, right? We have to travel, we have to wait. With HealthiestYou, our average callback time right now is 9 minutes, and we'll look at those statistics here shortly. But what I really want you to focus on is how our members are accessing HealthiestYou. They can go online, they can use our smartphone, which we'll look at here shortly, or they can also dial through that 866 phone number to connect with a doctor. It's never been more streamlined process to get that care you deserve. And save that money, right? That's what the main focus of today is to be a consumer and focus on the cost of care, because get your amoxicillin or your Z-Pack for, we're heading to that cold and flu season. We want you to start with HealthiestYou. So as we look at some survey results here, 97% of our customers are very satisfied with HealthiestYou. They're getting their issues resolved over the phone 94% of the time. So this means 94% of our members they're getting pointed in the right direction, or they're getting their prescription, or the doctor simply saying, go home, get some rest, have some Campbell soup, it's a virus, or whatever it may be. Then the average callback time right there is 9 minutes. So if we take a step back, and let's not say cost of care, let's put time. Time is money as well for all of us, very busy lifestyle. And we jump back to that slide that Blake went over with the urgent care, the ER, and the PCP. Think of travel time alone, right? I know I can't get to any of those face-to-face visits within 9 minutes. So an average callback time, not only saving that cost of care, but also time for that care that we deserve with this, hectic lifestyles we probably live. Then reduce claims and PTO. As we see here to the right of that, 51% of our calls are done Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. Think of all the, more productivity we'll have within the workplace, saving claims, saving PTO days, keeping people present at the job is very important as well. And with HealthiestYou, you can do both. You can get the care you deserve and stay at work, right? It's very, very much important to do both. And then $0 consult fee, as Blake went over earlier, it's free, right? We really want to take a step back, look at that cost of care, and why our members are starting with HealthiestYou to save time and money. So I'm going to jump out here, and we're going to go to the new HealthiestYou website. So if you have time, go to HealthiestYou.com, and we'll go down to try a demo. So we'll just do a quick overview of the app. It's available on the site. I definitely recommend everybody to download it. Get your entire employee population to download it. It's a great way to utilize so many tools and functions in there, but our main goal is product recognition, right? If you're using the app for one of these features, at the end of the day, we want you to come back when you're sick. If you're shopping top providers in your network, price prescriptions, shop procedures, checking your insurance, whatever it may be, when you get sick, we want you to start with HealthiestYou. So let's say you forget you have this benefit, and you walk into an urgent care, so we'll drag the phone over here. We're going to send you a push notification. Hey, remember us, right? Don't pay that $50 copay or whatever it may be. Put that money back in your pocket, and connect with the doctor, and we'll handle it over the phone for that same amount, right? That's what the focus is today, is that cost of care. Save that money, get care, in a quicker, effective manner, right? So let's say you get your prescription. You come over here to the pharmacy. Part of the tools and part of all the functions within the app is you can shop prescriptions, right? So saving some of those co-pays for those prescriptions we could get for $4, $6. What I didn't know before working at HealthiestYou was all these pharmacies actually shop their own prescriptions. So the Walgreens from across the street from the CVS, the prescription might be $20 cheaper, $20 more, depending on that contract that they have with that drug company. But as I mentioned earlier, download the app. We come up here, call a doctor, verify your callback number, and there you go. You're connected with the CSR. They're asking you what state you're in, what symptoms are you currently seeing, and then they'll get you scheduled with that doctor. And then that's when that average 9-minute callback time shows up there. So it looks like there's a lot of questions already piling up. So we'll jump over here. And before we go into the questions, I really want to thank everyone for attending the webinar. But as we head into this hectic season, flu, cold, let us be there. Lean on us like your employees are going to lean on you when they have any healthcare questions. Have them start with HealthiestYou, get that care, stay at work, be present, and include us during any open enrollments, right? We could do these webinars for your employee population or even do a recorded one. We've had great success with doing that with other groups. Also download the app and then share stories with your team. if you have a meeting weekly or whatever it may be, have the managers talk about HealthiestYou within the organization and how it's a great way to stay at work and also be healthy, right? Have your spouse and dependents use the product as well. As I mentioned, custom webinars. We also do custom marketing pieces. So if you have a company logo, please feel free to email us that at clientsuccess.com, and we'll definitely be able to go through that with you as well with that video. So it looks like there's a couple questions here. One of the first questions is, do we have Spanish-speaking doctors? And yes, we do have Spanish-speaking doctors. They're available just like our English-speaking doctors, 24/7, 365. So great question there. Another question about the app. Yes, it is available on Android and Apple. You can search either the App Store or the Google Play Store for HY, all one word, or HealthiestYou with no spaces. Great question there. All right, here's another question. What do I need to do to set up a webinar? Please feel free to email us at clientsuccess@healthiestYou.com, or you can email your dedicated account manager. I know some people's dedicated account manager is Tiffany. She's still out right now on maternity leave. So feel free to reach out to Blake or myself or Ken Colander, and we'd love to do a custom webinar for you. All right, we have a member right here, just downloaded the app. So you want to register on the bottom right-hand corner, and once you do that, you'll look up underneath the primary. So that's a big thing to remember. You'll always verify the primary's information first. So if you have a spouse or dependent downloading the app or connecting to get care, look up the primary, and that's just going to be the last name, date of birth, and zip code. So great questions here. Here's a question. The emails. Oh, okay. So the emails we send out, we primarily go through our admins that we have on file. So we really want you to be the HealthiestYou champion at that organization you're at, and forward on those emails. Any of these flyers you see here on the GoToMeeting, the handouts, please feel free to download them, share them with your employees. As I mentioned earlier, we're heading into the cold and flu season, which happens also to be the holiday season, right? It's important for everybody to be healthy and happy during this time. So please feel free to forward on anything. Reach out to us, clientsuccess@healthiestYou.com. Include us during your open enrollments as we head kind of mostly into a renewal season here. Please feel free to include us. We could do a webinar. We could send marketing material to you digitally as well. So definitely lean on us as we head into this hectic time of year.
All right, we want to thank everyone so much for joining us again today. Again, if any questions pop up from you or your employees, please just send us an email, clientsuccess@healthiestYou.com, and we'll go ahead and make sure to get you taken care of. So thank you again so much. We look forward to successful partnerships with everyone here, and have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.